woman player to play in a PGA Tour event in quite some time. And how did you deal with stress, and in particular, how did you deal with stress that day?
Yeah, that was probably one of my most stressful days in my life, at least on the golf course. It was, this is in 2003. I was asked in January if I would ever play with the men. And, I was playing pretty good golf at the time, and I thought about, I grew up playing with boys at my club. And I always enjoyed playing with them, just because, a lot of times they would hit it further than I do, and I could always learn something. So when I was asked to play, I said, sure, I would love to play. So I remember leaving this press conference, and my agent was with me, and he said, afterwards, he said, do you have any idea what you just said in there? I said, yeah, I'm going to play with the men. And he said, okay, let's see. So these invites start coming in, and I said, oh, wow, this is serious. Where should I go then? So we start looking at the different invites and thinking, what golf course would fit me and what golf course wouldn't fit me, and schedule-wise. And this was, like I said, in January, and I got an invite from the Bank of America Colonial in Dallas. Do we have any? Has anybody been out there? You've been out? Oh, one person. It's lovely there. Two. I'm sure it's pretty here too. So, but anyway, so we decided that in May would be a good time to give me four months to get ready, and I really worked hard those 4 months just really to prepare myself in the gym, playing from tees further back, so I would be used to hitting 5 irons and 6 irons, and maybe even woods into the par 4s and par 3s. It was a great journey, just that itself, just to prepare for it. And then when it was time to play at the Colonial, I remember flying in on the Monday morning, and actually we rented a house with Callaway. Callaway had helped me, so we rented a house just around the corner from the golf course and stayed with some Callaway people. And it was time to go to the range the first day. They had a minivan, and I had to lay on the floor of the minivan because they didn't want anybody to see me come in. I don't know why, but because I wanted to see it, but I was laying on the floor of this minivan. They drove me to the back of the driving range, and then they opened the door, and then they said, now you can go out. And there was a lot of people, and I was hitting balls, and it was just an amazing experience that whole week. As a matter of fact, I never saw the front of the entrance because I always came through the kitchen and then directly into the ladies' locker room. And one of the perks I had, I had the locker room by myself. It was pretty nice. Yeah, all the guys were crowded in the locker room. I got my own locker, the whole locker room. Put that aside, it was an amazing experience for me just to play with the guys in the practice room, learn from them, learn about myself. How do you react when you're nervous? I can't think of a tougher shot that I had than the tee shot on that Thursday. I mean, there were a lot of people were watching, and the expectations were, they were mixed, I'm sure. And there was the 10th hole, and I hit forward off the tee, and I think a lot of people were wondering, where is she going to hit this ball? I wasn't so worried about the shot. I was more worried about keeping the tee on the ball because I was shaking so much. But the ball stayed on the tee, and I just did a good swing, and I probably hit one of the longest forwards I've ever hit in my life. There was a creek there, I believe, 240, 260 yards from the tee, which is never in my range on a forward, but I hit it out there. I was so pumped. That I almost hit to the end of it, so it was one of those days I felt like John Daly was going a mile. It was kind of nice.